Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Lions Den. It is a beautiful day in Trinidad for us Chelsea fans because today was the day. Today was the day. Let me just mute that argument in the back of Surrey there. Today was the day, guys. Today was the day because today we did it to Manu. We did it to Manu. Coming and going. But I have my friends with me, Mr. Seretse Hughes, the Blue Boy, and Mr. Rondale, Mr. Military Antoine. Now, before we get started, I want to do the usual shouting out to our friends up at the Hot Shots and also to our friends down at the fan club in the Trin City Mall, where you're always authentic, where you're always relevant, where you get that wonderful memorabilia. Check them out. And remember to check out Hot Shots up at Tacarigua there. So we are jumping off here. We are talking about Chelsea's win against Manchester United. In fact, let me call them by the right name. VAR Chester United. VAR Chester United. Because, we've been looking at, today was their 19th penalty. They are, bosses of the extended extra time, and now they're bosses of penalties. So, it was a totally wonderful game for us. But let me do the usual, which is to introduce my good friends, Mr. Seretse Hughes, the Blue Boy, and also Mr. Antoine. Mr. Seretse, how are you doing this evening, my brother?
Very, very good. I was watching the game today, and I take a 2 shot of alcohol and stuff, and the game passed real nice. When your team winning and goal after goal coming, it is an excellent feel. I feel fantastic. It's a fantastic way to start the week. To be in the FA Cup. Today was a very big day. I don't know to understand how important it is for us.
All right, so save some. Mr. Antoine Rondale, my best friend, my partner. Tell me how you're feeling today now.
I'm actually good. Real good actually. Yeah. Confident and comfortable with the everything. With the everything that transpired today.
Yeah. I have to say, guys, it was a concern because coming up to the game we had some kind of shaky performances. And as a result, everybody was kind of unsure. All over Twitter, people were being very careful. There was a lot of references to the fact that Man U had in fact done the triple on us over the last few games or encounters that we had with them. So a lot of Chelsea fans were hopefully confident and so on. But we did it. We did it. Now, Seretse, you tell me first to begin with, what do you think was the reason for our getting this victory today? What did you see?
The formation, the 3-5-2. I felt if United had gone with a 40 back, it may have been less effective, but because they tried to go system for system, and we are more efficient in this system, I feel that's why we won today. Today was that's the reason why we won.
Okay, Rondale, what are your feelings having looked at the game, having seen that 96 minutes? What did you feel was the reason for our victory today?
Honestly, I feel that De Gea wants a transfer to Chelsea, so he just helped us along. I feel so. But honestly, what constituted it is the convincing brand of football played by us. There was no hesitation, there was no doubt with what we were doing. Where you were seeing it in previous games, today it was like if we knew we were going in as underdogs, we have nothing to lose. And they actually played the brand of football that we've seen during these seasons from Frank. And that of itself is problematic for other teams.
So you're saying that pressing style of football is where you saw the difference?
Yes. We did it with Liverpool. We lost in the Super Copa. We lost in the league game. And we lost because of simple mistakes in the game of itself. Today, mistakes were few and far apart. As Seretse said, the formation afforded us the privilege to do certain things. And what I found interesting with how Frank attacked the game of itself was he didn't hesitate to let the first shot in the game come from Rich James.
Yes.
The first shot in the game. So which means he gave them freedom to do certain things.
Yes.
I believe that Frank knows what he wants to do and he sets out to do it. So big games is a different compared to breaking down a team that's sitting back. That is all we need to learn now.
Just a quickly note. I think yes, there are defensive issues with the centre back, but
yes, it is.
Cannot understate the effect that Aspilicueta had because he would have been communicating with them throughout that game, and he would have been closer to the two of them rather than playing
control.
Control is what he had.
Control. That's
so
control. Yes.
He was the man running the show there, telling them
in the back. Yes.
Like, come on, and that he kept them focused. It was like a teacher. The teacher is there with you, going around with the process.
So Aspie was in fact the captain that he's supposed to be tonight.
Today, yes. You notice today we saw something that for the season we wasn't seen at all, which is Aspilicueta, Rudiger, and Zuma inside Manchester United half. We played the game with one defender in the back, and I like, Jesus, take the wheel. Anytime Rashford and them get ready, I said we dead.
No, I want to speak to that. I want to speak to that because you see, this was one of my issues, right? Having seen the way Manchester United had played some games gone by recently, I was concerned because Rashford, Martial, and Pogba and them, especially with this Bruno Fernandes, seemed to have gotten into a kind of rhythm. They had synced up in a kind of way. We're playing in the spaces in between, those channels in between. They seem to have gotten into that.
Let me ask you a question. Who they did it against?
Well, they actually did it against teams that had low blocks and so on. But what I'm saying is this.
Who they did it against? You see, I could do what I want against the teams we struggling against, which is the Sheffield and the Norwich. Manchester United took full advantage of the low block. They gave them the space to play the ball. They gave them time to do what they want. So Bruno Fernandes, who's an excellent player, Paul Pogba, who's an excellent player. When you give these players space and time to do whatever they want, then they will poison and hurt you. So when you now say, okay, look, let's not give them the space, and they send the racehorse and them down the line, you catching your tail.
Right.
Today, on the other hand, you don't have space. Imagine, Paul Pogba is a monster in the midfield. Jorginho is like a fly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like me screening off my little son.
Right.
What's going to happen? And I seen Jorginho holding him down.
Yes.
This boy, Bruno Fernandes, every time he turned, Kovacic on him. Every time he turned the next way, Jorginho there. And you're wondering, where that Jorginho was all the time, boy? Where he was.
Kovacic carrying that ball today was really, really good at ball carrier. You know, we have some special in that ball carrying category with both Robin off the sheet and Kovacic. Kind of like, you know, gliding past the bit, kind of trying to get him, but he swiftly turning one way and the other. It's not that he's using a large variety of like various skill sets, but he's small maneuvering from right to left.
Simply using the space.
Yeah.
Problems very effective. Not that it's direct. So you always put in a direct path to goal. You're taking 3 and 4 ways around the map. So in that situation, this man is a penetrating pass, a direct, potent attack. You set the back, you're pulling, you're looking. This guy is there. And overall, the team was very, very excellent. I thought Jorginho didn't have looked so well because the 3 centre backs behind him provided a cover defensively, their communication along the back. That just really snuffed out United's goal. I didn't feel that they deserved to get that goal, but Cho gave away the penalty. But we won 3-1. We did what we needed to do, and we won. And I think that this game was definitely more in it for Manchester United. If you saw that team sheet, you would have favored Manchester United because you would have said that Frank is being conservative looking for Liverpool. I thought that. No, he wasn't conservative. He knew what he was doing, and he deserves the praise for making a wise tactical decision. And for me, beating Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who in my view is a pretty much a overblown manager in my opinion.
Right.
They're trying to make Solskjaer the next Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, that's failure. That's how we said that. We could forget that one thing because I mean, quite apart from the fact that you're going to need to have the players that Alex would have had, because Alex didn't play no football during that era. It's obvious that Oli has a transition team as well. It's a very young team, together with some deadwood that you'd obviously have to get rid of. But I'm not seeing that.
Who's the deadwood? Harry Maguire.
I tell you quite honestly,
Harry Maguire, 80 million pounds.
For me, and I'm being very honest here. I'm being real honest. You know me, I gonna be real honest. You see that guy, that French guy, they need to send him back France.
Who's that?
Paul Pogba. Send him back. I don't care what anybody says. He was probably a wonderful player when he was playing in Syria, but I'm telling you, Paul Pogba has not lived up to his price tag.
The hype.
He has not returned the goods for the money that they have paid for him and the wages that they paid him. Again,
they have Greenwood and they have Deadwood.
Deadwood, overblown talent in the midst. I think
right.
I'm not going to discuss other teams, but
by chance, they all noticed that today
Paul Pogba is a very attack-minded number 8. Paul Pogba is not that guy to be doing defensive work. It's 90 million to pay for you. And I want to talk about Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, we didn't forget you. We didn't forget you, boy. You kicked me through through legs. You didn't realize United players getting concussed in the first half an hour. They gave a foul. It's good for them. I don't feel sorry for Bailey. I don't feel sorry for he. I don't feel sorry for Maguire. Maguire's like
you realize?
He just
realize?
But the man is not a good center half, and they spent $80 million on that guy.
You all realize today that Oliver Giroud is a bully.
Yeah, I did not know this. I saw a side of Oli today that surprised me. Oli had them hot.
You didn't know. Okay, for the World Cup, why you think they won? Imagine winning an entire World Cup and you starting every game and you're not getting any shots. You have no goals for the entire World Cup. What do you think you were doing?
The link-up play that you...
No.
I know that, but out of all
link-up play
out there. No, generally, he has a short touch, a comforting touch. For the wide players, that, when you put that ball into the boy, that ball coming up, perfect ball for you to run on towards. And that is what he did today, boy. I said this, somebody said on Twitter, he has outlasted, not the strikers we have, but we have Marata, we had Gonzalez, right? We must give credit where it's due. He has been second and third striker at various points at Chelsea, and he is showing the goods for 19 or 20 million pounds. He is actually standing up and leading and showing that he is that guy.
And he signed a 1-year contract again.
Come on, boy. This man.
And he signed a 1-year contract again.
It worth the contract.
You know why? Mentality, boy. He believes and he was beating some games in him before, but mentality and striving through difficulty. That is what he has.
But I'll tell you something. Our Zoom room with the guys up at Hot Shots. The question was asked who they would assign the Man of the Match award to, and roundly, unanimously, completely, Giroud got it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. When you can see the white and Maguire eyes and the white and Lindelof eyes, then he deserves it. And it's not to say you see the white and them fellas' eyes. Every time the ball go in the air, I start laughing. I said, watch, look. Bailey, I didn't question him, so I don't know his name. I see he's a bully. I see he going behind Giroud. Giroud just duck out. He and Maguire head clash. I said, well, all right, somebody dead. My fear in that entire game wasn't the teams, was the referee.
Right.
Because that's a man, the referee.
I think we need to have a separate podcast and segment to discuss the referees, because the referees in England, boy, are atrocious. This is the way how Forde talk about Manchester. If the referee was going to the monitor and looking at the decision and the review, he would not be awarding so many dubious penalties at Manchester United.
But we will have a whole different,
that's a whole different conversation.
Dealing with that. What I want to concentrate on is this game, because we saw different Chelsea play today. I don't care what nobody say. We saw different Chelsea. Chelsea we saw over the last few games against West Ham and coming down the road was very shaky. Very shaky. It gave a lot of us indigestion. I always get indigestion from Chelsea long time, but it gave us a lot of shakiness. Interestingly, Phil Neville, in his post-match comments, said that in his opinion, Mason Mount is the best young English midfielder in the Premier League. Now, leave it up to Phil Neville to highlight an English player. We understand that that's going to happen. What did you all think about Mason today? Rondale?
Honestly, today Mason played an extraordinary game. He did what he's accustomed to doing. Because for the season, not just today, for the season, everybody pays attention to N'Golo Kante's injury. And strangely enough, they miss the little engine that little boy has. He runs everything down. That goal that he scored, he was already running back and stop and run forward, collect the ball. And I give him maximum props for shooting at the hair. I give him maximum props because he doesn't shoot the ball as much. Everyone
for such a direct player.
Exactly.
To be honest, he could have scored 2 goals today. He had a chance where he can't think it. To be honest, his scoreline could have been like 4-0, 5-1 Manchester United today. We were well and truly top, dominated possessions, dominated the game.
But sir, tell me about Mason. What's your opinion on Mason today?
Well, he's Frank's boy. Frank clearly trusts him. Today was a big day for him. I'm mistaken against Sheffield, and he stepped up massively, ran down everything. That's difficult enough. He had a rare legs to that position to just run and choose on everything. That having that guy, hey, you had the ball come by you. He had the ball come by you. He always make that action kind of where, hey, my touch had to be good because this guy covered at you. And he well and truly deserved his goal today. I think he is one that epitomizes how France wants to play. And that was the Jorginho and the Sarri on the Conte was the fullbacks. So I think he is Frank's boy, and I'm massively happy that he is performing well and starting to show the goods. And I think, to be honest with us, Chelsea has a fantastic youth setup. And I think it's time to a real recognition needs to be given to our youth setup that's given to other clubs like Gershon.
All in all, today has been a real good day for us. And I mean, it's interesting, guys, when you think about it, on almost every single point that we can pull, almost every player that we had been chastising, we weren't able to see Kepa. But even in the goal post, we had some choices, we saw Caballero coming out. That's something Seretse is fed up talking about. He dislikes the fact that Kepa seems unsure.
He's on his line.
Yeah, he doesn't like to run out. But on almost every point we watch Willian for 30-year-old, Rondale was saying for 30-year-old Willian looked like, he 22. The guy was getting there. We saw Callum come on, and Callum had me. My mouth was open. I said, wait now, hey, against Manchester United, we saw Ruben Loftus-Cheek shaking off Mr. 80 million, Mr. Charmin, soft cloths, tissue, man, tissue. The guy is terrible. I dislike Harry Maguire, but at the end of the day, we saw on almost any point that you can pull that Chelsea Football Club came to play. We came to work today, and we would be really, really happy with that. Now,
in the last podcast, I think I mentioned that to you. You don't know which Chelsea is going to show up on the day.
Yes.
And that is what Frank needs to work on imperatively.
Consistency.
Because the consistency of knowing, because you said it, where when we played Sheffield, they had no faith for us. They had no faith. Today, we instilled fear into Manchester United.
I mean, no, I'll say this, guys. Let me interrupt you, please, Rondale, if you'll allow me.
Sure.
I was looking at the game and I was saying to myself, is it that Ole's game plan was to try to destabilize us by getting us into foul trouble? Because I got the distinct impression, and our Twitter account did in fact say that it looked as if Ole had given instructions to the players to go down anytime you get any contact. What you guys thought about that?
That's not Ole. That's not Ole. That's a Man U thing. Go back to all the times we've played Man United from whenever, and you would see if you do so by a Manchester United player on the field, he'll dive up in the air and land on the ground and roll, and the air ambulance had to come for him. And just before they go to pick him up, he will get up. It is a normal thing for Manchester United playing Chelsea. Let's cast your mind back a bit. Do you remember Didier Drogba getting a card in a Champions League final for getting jump kick?
Yes.
Okay then. And then after that, the man who jump kicked him stay on the field and Didier Drogba was sent off?
Yeah.
Okay then. So that in itself will tell you it is not it's okay, how to put it, boy? It's something that they are accustomed doing. So I wasn't surprised to see Maguire falling down on the ground. But 2 games are back, hold on to a striker and pelt him on the ground and walk over him like he's nobody. But when you're facing Giroud, who wants you to throw him down because he will get up and knock you out, you can't do that. No, Mr. Giroud, okay, so sorry, I apologize. When you start a game a particular way, if you start the game timid, the rest of the game going to be timid. So today Chelsea started the game like if they're looking to coffee in your face. So yeah, let's go. You want to fight? Let's fight. Yeah. And that is how the game went down. Every little thing, Man, you falling down for. How many cards you got in the game?
I think did we get 1 card? I can't remember more than that. Yeah, I can't remember
1
more than that.
Right? And how many VAR decisions had to be called in for cards?
Well, I wondered if VAR even played. And I have to say, if VAR even played this game, because did they even review any of the goals?
No, they didn't. How you can review the goals? What are you reviewing the goals for? All the goals. What are you reviewing them for? You can't review Giroud. You want to review Giroud goal? How are you doing that?
Well, I thought that was the I mean, based on Manu, I thought that was the normal thing. You must review the goal just in case you get the opportunity to rule it offside or toe, that kind of thing.
What I liked about the game in particular was the fact that Giroud didn't give you the opportunity to call him offside.
Right.
The one offside Giroud got in the first half was Jorginho playing the ball to him. And he is coming back on side. And when he passed the ball to Giroud, watch him and stinging hand up. I like, you're going to hit him just now? You understand? So this game today shows with a young team the quality we have, what we could do, and what everybody going and say. Oh, sorry, my apologies. What the Man U fans going and say, this is just the FA Cup. That's what they're going to say. It is just the FA Cup, right?
Yeah, of course.
I agree with you. But if they had won, heaven help us.
4-0 for the season. 4-0. Yeah, 4-0 for the season.
Yeah.
Seretse, are you there with us still?
Yes.
I say Seretse drinking there now.
No,
I swear party start across there and you leave.
No, I just here on Twitter looking through the Chelsea comments and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people today.
Yeah, we I think generally we're very happy on it.